Good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you, and welcome to beautiful, beautiful Barbados. We're in an area known as our reflections or mirrors of Barbados, and that is on the west coast of the island. Looking for some good conditions for you today so we can take a little swim maybe, and definitely take some beach strolling. Good morning to each and every one of you. Yes, I have on my rain gear as normal. This is my formal attire. Yes, I actually have some serious work clothes that my lady brought in for me, like 4 or 5 pairs of baggies, so I'm all outfitted and ready to go again. So good morning to each and every one of you, and before we start off this morning, we're going to say our serenity prayer. Just let me find something real nice and peaceful that we can view while we're doing so. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. What a beautiful, beautiful morning, and what great conditions to be able to stroll on the west coast today. You all know we've had a lot of sea erosion and stuff down here, beach erosion. So we can be walking along this coastline now at low tide. This vlog has been prompted by a question that a gentleman asked me when I was in Holetown a couple of months ago, and he said, how do you get to Sandy Lane Beach? And after I explained to him, he said to me, oh, so it's a private beach. I said, no, it's certainly not a private beach, but it certainly needs the right conditions to get there. So I'm going to walk you through how you will get to Sandy Lane Beach from both directions, and hopefully you will also come down here and experience this treasure on the west coast of this beautiful island. As you know, we're looking into Paynes Bay now. Beautiful, beautiful, just absolutely lovely conditions this morning. I don't know which of you or who of you were on the east side this morning, but I really hope that you captured that sunrise for us, because this morning was spectacular. It was red and yellows and all little small clumps of clouds and stuff. Just beautiful, beautiful conditions. I was tempted to stop, but I knew how long the walk was because I parked in Holetown and I came up the beach and stuff just so I could walk through what it's like now, because I haven't been here for a couple of months. Alright, so we're going to start off our journey now. Let's get the show on the road. First of all, this is the public entrance to here. It's just to the north of One Sandy Lane. One Sandy Lane is just in the center of your screen now. You can get parking in this general area along the side of the road, on the land side of the road, and there's a couple of parking spots actually by the walkway itself that brings you through to where we are. So when you come down here now, if you're in normal conditions with high tide, or if you are down here when there's a swell, what I'm about to show you, I'm going to show you both ways, so you will understand what you will have to endure to get to where we're going. First of all, if there's a big swell or if there's a high tide and you don't want to get wet, you're going to have to go up this embankment here, and you're going to have to walk across the top. Now this morning, as it's a low tide, we are privileged and blessed with being able to walk in the sand most of the way, but a lot of the way is still too much water for us to go through our equipment, especially with this rain paraphernalia that I have on my back as well. So all along here you can be walking. Remember, up here is Manchineel area as well. So if the Manchineels are raw, or I should say if they are ripe and have burst and are starting to ooze and stuff, when you walk across here, you're going to want some good stable shoes, something without holes in the bottom like mine, because if not, you will get the juices coming up onto your feet and most definitely blistering you. I did walk through here the other day, but as you all can appreciate, I'm Olympically trained, so I barely touch my foot on the surface without brushing anything. You know, extremely light on my toes. That comes from years and years of training. So I'm not going to advise you all to do that. I would think you all should want solid bottom shoes, or get in your Olympic training program now and get ready for your trip to Barbados. Beautiful conditions, skies breathtaking, sea flat as a baby's bottom, smooth glassed off mirror effects all over. We started later this morning, so we could catch the reflections. If you started earlier, we wouldn't be seeing these here. Sun would have been too low. All these trees here are felled Manchineel trees. Over the years, all these have come down. They're all along where we're walking right now. There was a little grove of Manchineel trees that when my angel came here in 2016, we walked under that grove to get to the other side of this beach area here. However, all of them have fallen over the years. You can see the kind of erosion that's gone on here. You can see where the wall was laid when there was a lot of sand. You can see how all of the roots are now exposed. Now this is pretty standard at this time of year. The sand is beginning to come back. However, nothing like it ever was before, I'm sure. Not this year anyhow, but who knows what nature or what God will bless down here with. But right now, conditions down here, low tide walking, high tide walking would be extremely difficult. You'd be working your way all up through this root system, which is extremely difficult. All depends, you know, if you can earn a swimsuit, you want to get wet, well, you can get around any of these points. But that's something you're going to have to do, and you have to decide before you come. I remember when this is a big cove, sandy cove here, years ago, and I used to surf here a lot, like in my 20s and early 30s. Down here had lots and lots of beach. Gone now, gone are those days for sure. We have talked about it before, but there are some new folks on here. Maybe you missed that edition. As you would have seen yesterday, we've had some people that have been on. I would say 99.9% of the times that I've been on, they've also been on the vlog. So they know this island extremely well. They've seen all of it. They've heard all of my nonsense talk, but I'm still going to shed some more because I got enough talk to share with you all. Alright, this is a privately dropped. I'm not sure the permission status of the stuff, so I'm not going to mention it, but this is a privately dropped temporary groin. It is filled with water. This is for this residence up here. Before this was dropped, there was actually no sand to the north of it. So it has helped a little bit in building their area. You can appreciate that folks that are renting these kind of villas down here would like their beaches, of course. Good morning, Governor. How are you going, man? All right, good, good. Beautiful, beautiful properties down here. I've been down here and seen and had the barman and you know, all the services that you can imagine that you find in one of the real high-end hotels. You'll find here these villas as well. Their own chef, their own barman, everything goes with it. You know, all the trees along here, or majority of them, besides this one, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this because I'm sure one of the family members will. But I can only say right now these look pretty. Later on they'll even look more beautiful. However, remember, everything that looks good doesn't taste good. That's all I got to say this morning on that point. But beautiful villas. Again, when I was young, late teens, early 20s, we used to surf down here. We used to actually drive down a cul-de-sac that was down here and cross through the back of a property. You can no longer do that. There's only the entrance to the north and the entrance to the south. We're going to take them both in today. If you want to come to Sandy Lane, this is what you'll have to endure. Where you're seeing that little bit of white water there in the point, and that's the closest point to us. Not in the bay here, but just beyond that. That is a notorious Sandy Lane left. It is, I would say, possibly one of the best known breaks on the west coast of the island, and one of the better known breaks in Barbados as well. It's a little bit of a shortish wall, however, perfect conditions. As it gets bigger, it breaks out onto the sandbar further and further out. The wall along the rise will get longer and longer, and they'll come into the bay. You may have seen them on a couple of our vlogs, however, we really haven't had the big north swell that I want to show you this year, so we haven't seen too much of that as yet. Now I'm going to give you a little 180 here. This is our EMC official silent 180. Yes, I'm going silent, and I know that my driver must be shocked, but here we go. One word, wow. For all of those people that have been suffering over the last year with me on the live vlogs and stuff, I thank you so much. I noticed yesterday that no one really took up the reward for doing so. You know, I came up with I think, one of the best prizes in the world, possibly. I told my angel about it and she laughed. I think it was laughing through joy that I would come up with such a great prize. But just so you would know and remember, any of you that fell in that top 35, you can make me coffee at any time that you want. Whether you're here in the island or when you're coming, you can make me coffee. So I think that's an amazing reward for you all. A great prize. So something for you all, others to strive for next year around. So all this area here was easy to access at low tide, and it will be again in the year coming to summer as the sand builds, because we definitely see a building of sand in this general area here as we come into summer. Now back in March February and March, all along here would have been just rocks because on reef, because all the sand would have moved. There was no sand here at all. You can look back at some of our vlogs that we did around that time when we did the Sand Lane Bay, and you will see that this section up here was nothing but boulders you had to climb over. Still can't walk around the point this morning. Not you can't, but again, I really don't want to get the equipment wet or the bag wet, so we're just going to make our way around here gently. Give you a little view of the properties. Mr. Conductor, I know you're begging, man. I can hear you from here. Please, Nick, go up over the fence and let me have a look. Here you go, sir. This is for you, my brother. Now that would be a beautiful place to watch the sunset from. You can see the elevated gallery and stuff up there. Just magnificent property. So I see their security cameras looking at us, and we're looking at them. So remember, our last vlog here was all rocks. All here was rocks. And not talking little ones, talking big. These rocks are actually all exposed, big boulders you would have to call them, but they are actually coral stone. The beautiful Sandy Lane Bay. Not a lot of you get to see this here because a lot of you tend not to make this walk or want to make this walk. Some of you can't afford it. If you're like me, well, I afford a suite here, but I tend not to stay here because I like the country breezes, so I leave that for people to rent out for me. But beautiful facilities here, absolutely gorgeous. If you are renting certain villas in the Sandy Lane area, you do have beach access to come down here. See the blue umbrellas just directly in front of us. That is for the property owners. That's their beach facility. So you will come through the main entrance at Sandy Lane. You will turn left and come down and park just behind these buildings here. I'm not sure the parking structure in the back now, if that has been modified, but I know that's how it used to be before. And look at this beautiful day. Breathtaking. You'll also see that we have made our own signature on it this morning, making sure that everybody knows that we were here. They may not know what AMC is, but in future times we will have enough hashtags on it that when you hit AMC or you see AMC, you know exactly where it is and where to go and which island we are promoting. Morning again. It's just gorgeous down here. The sands down here, some people say are pink. I have actually noticed many of the beaches in Barbados have a pink color to it. Depends on the tides and the certain times of day and sun. However, when I was walking with my angel, she was actually pointing them out. Oh, this is pink. Oh, that's pink. So, you know, it's not just one or two beaches. There are quite a few of them. It all depends on, again, tides, the kind of sand that's moved in and out, depending on what the conditions have been like, and also the sun. Just beautiful. All right, I'm going to give you a 360 from here. We only had a 180, and then we're going in for a little dip, and then we're going to continue on. So here we go. I see Dale on, so I'm going to make sure I'm putting extra 5 degrees because I know he likes to scrutinize these 360s. Seriously! Good morning to you, Dale, my brother. Hope to see you back down here soon that we can take a swim on one of these beaches. And I see also Elizabeth on here this morning. I see you what you're mentioning about the pink umbrellas and the chairs and the sand and stuff. I understand that. So, I guess you're paying for that as well. So this is a beautiful day. We have a little bit of sand in the water. It's a little bit murky and stuff. A lot of movement still going on, as you can appreciate. The sands are coming back in. We just mentioned that a few minutes ago. We're coming into summertime, or we're just coming around summertime. So the sands are going to start to move again in the west coast, moving from the direction the currents have all changed. It is beautiful down here. I'm going to give you a water skim, people. You haven't had this for a long, long time. Here we go. Now, if anyone asked me to explain what peace was, what my definition of peace was, I would give them a shortcut to exactly where we started at 360. And I would say, watch and listen to this and take in all of the views and all of the sounds, and you will know exactly what peace is. I don't know how it's like on the other side of the screen, but just when I was turning, the first thing that came to mind is world peace. Because this kind of peace needs to be shared with the entire world. And we're going to be doing our best that we can. That's the EMC, our crew, which is our care team, and also our Munch Kings as well. And all of the individual EMC family members, because each and every one then tag, share, tell people, explain, link them up with us. We're going to spread this to the world. We may not have control over the world, but we can offer the world peace. And that's what we're doing this morning for sure in this area and all over Barbados. This is a beautiful, beautiful island. Absolutely blessed. So I was having a little difficulty here with my button. I still haven't got myself accustomed to this working again, you know, because I thought this retirement as being serious. I was doing nothing at all, kicking up my feet, eating as much food as I possibly could. Well, that is as much as the angel would allow me to eat, because when she came down, first thing she did at the airport, she said, more to love. And I knew what she meant. I wasn't too sure she meant Barbados, but then I realized after she put her arms around me that she wasn't reaching right around as she used to before. So she put me on a diet. All right, just to give you an indication of what it's like down here. Can't really sit too well, but lots of little rocks in the shoreline itself. This is a piece of coral, etc., etc. So if you are down here, it is not smooth sand all over. Please be careful in shore break. The other day, my angel kicked what she calls love on the brain, a piece of coral, brain coral that was in the sand. I will tell you that was not pleasant for her. She's still bearing the black and blues on it. And also she got a couple of knocks in her ankles. That goes because I stopped telling her, be careful of this and be careful of that, be careful of this and be careful of that. But I think I will continue and resume that again. All right, so as we had mentioned, Sandy Lane break. We will come back here one day. Well, we're probably gonna have to wait till December now or somewhere around there, January maybe, to get a good surf down here. I did miss one day that was here because I was cruising around with the Angel and we were further down the north. But we will catch that another time. Likewise, as we have seen up here with two different properties, this is the property owners, as you will see up here. And then you will see over on the pink side, that is the actual Sandy Lane itself. Likewise, they have two rafts on the outside, one with the blue decking and one with the pink decking. That again symbolizes which raft you're supposed to be on. Now, I don't think anybody would run off anyone off of either of the two rafts, to be honest with you, but that does give them the authority to do so if they wanted. Beautiful, beautiful morning. I don't know if you all noticed, I beelined for a couple I saw at the beach this morning. You know me, I use in my strategies. I told him quickly about our channel, and then I quickly told him, if you would like to see yourself on video, now that is a quick encouragement. So that's my new line. Anytime I see anybody, I'm going to go up, take a quick video shot of them or something and tell them, well, if you would like to see yourself, and that way hopefully they'll come on. Good morning, ladies. You're up on this, a serious laps. Okay, take care. It's just beautiful out here, absolutely stunning. All the guys bringing out their equipment, starting to get ready for their guests this morning. I saw quite a few people as I was walking through here. It was quite enjoyable this morning, especially a lot of the actual staff here, the crew. They're taking care of their guests. All of them were smiling and having a great time this morning, so love to see that camaraderie. It's great to see. Sand Lane has changed a lot over the years. If you remember, the original structure was here, very, very different. This is absolutely beautiful now though, really lovely facility. Once again, not a high-rise hotel. I like this. Yeah, I guess I have expressed myself on that many times, but I will say it again. I don't like these multi-story hotels. I like the 2, 3, 4-story hotels. Anything to tree line, because that sort of like then fits in and they camouflage themselves within the foliage, and I love to see that. You'll see a lot more of these grinds on the west coast as well. They're popping up all over the place. There's one now being constructed down by Heron Bay. I don't know if you've seen on that side. It's just before you get to Alien Bay coming from Bridgetown. They put up a massive grind out there. They actually have the tractors dropping the boulders and stuff in the water right now. But this is a restoration plan for the west coast, because it is definitely accepted that they've been suffering from some major erosion, and therefore the government and all of the associated bosses, experts, etc. to do with the oceanography and stuff, well, they're all working with this here. So this is not something that's just being dropped slap hazard. This is something that's being well thought out. So hopefully we will see the benefits of that in the near future. Okay, we have a lot of mahogany trees in this section as well. We don't have as many manchinals, but mainly mahogany trees. You can see the difference in the tree line. I see we got the beautiful, absolutely beautiful out here. Skies today, just glorious. What a beautiful day we're being blessed with. I don't come here too often myself, and again, it's because of the difficulty to get to this actual beach. I do it with the vlogs mainly, and once twice I've done it with my angel as we walked around. I want to show her all the beaches as well. She has now added another sample to her collection, and that is from Maycox and from Hangman's Bay. So she's now added to her collection. So she's building and building. Still a lot more to go as well. I am actually trying to get myself back into this, to be honest with you. It is a little different getting up at 3:15 in the morning versus 4:05. It doesn't sound like a lot of difference, but it definitely is a little different. And I'm trying to get myself back into walking and expressing what I'm actually sensing. So I can tell you right now, and I'm going to face it the other way so you can enjoy the scenery as I talk about it. All right, this morning down here, the winds are very calm. It's a sheltered place anyhow, unless again a strong north breeze or very, very strong easterly breezes. You don't tend to feel the wind too much where I am. The whole atmosphere feels a little bit heavy this morning. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's just maybe humidity or something, but it feels a little heavier than normal. It doesn't feel as light and as crisp as it usually does. The sea, perfect temperature. I forgot to mention that when I was in it. Absolutely perfect temperature this morning, about the same thing as the actual outer air as well. So it's perfect conditions for you. You won't feel cold when you go in. I know some of you all are saying cold. Nicholas always talking about cold in Barbados, but there are some people that have been here that have told me that they were cold, believe it or not. A lot of them are from the northern countries where don't see the sun too often and only see snow most of the year. You get a good baking in Barbados and you come in the water when there's a brisk, cooling easterly wind in the morning before the sun comes up, you will know what chilly feels like. Our chilly, not your chilly, our chilly. All the facilities here for all of the villas, very posh area. Lots of beach chairs and stuff. Peace and quiet in general. I'm going to walk for a couple of seconds and let you all enjoy what I'm hearing. Enjoy this gentle slapping on the shoreline that is known on the west coast. When you hear this sea, you know where you are. Here we go. Just lovely sounds, beautiful views. Now the sun in Barbados is coming up around 5:35 now, 5:37, somewhere in that time frame. So as you can appreciate, if we go over to the east side of the island, where we're going to want to take in the actual sunrise, we will be starting early. I had mentioned that yesterday, but we didn't have a lot of people on because first day back, and a lot of people have either forgotten or weren't aware that we were going to be back on. I think they know now, so I just want to mention that. Our vlogs will be starting a little earlier. If we're in the west side, well, the same kind of time, 6:45, 5:45, 6 o'clock is good. But if we're going over onto the east side, well, we're looking more like around 5:30, 5:45, that kind of time. We have marked the north side and we have marked the south side. So anyone that walks this beach today will actually see these three letters. These letters symbolize a lot more than they can possibly imagine. Symbolizes a gathering of people that just want nothing but the good things in life, that are giving blessed thanks and gratuity for the life and for everything that they have been blessed with. Beautiful little area here. Again, high tide would be very difficult to get around this point here. I would definitely recommend beach shoes on the west coast when you're walking. You know, if you want to take them off when you hit the sand, fine, but there's some areas that you're going to require beach shoes. Why make your foot suffer when you only have to pull them on and take them back off? Well, you can see how difficult it would be at high tide, especially if there was a swell. Now, some sand has built here because earlier in the year, this was almost virtually impossible to access here without getting your bags and everything wet. You can see the kind of surface that we're walking on. I want to just make you aware of what you'll be walking over. Remember, you can get sea urchins in here, you can get sharp coral. These rocks roll under your feet, so this is why I'm saying please wear beach shoes. You know, even if you walk with them for 99% of the time, that 1% of the time you're gonna be so happy to have them with you, it's gonna be unreal. Club Barbados is open again. We're gonna be walking through their property. Hopefully we won't have any problems. They usually don't worry too much because, you know, they see that we're doing something official and we're walking through the property and not hanging around. So normally we don't get any problems, but you will remember that when we kept past there last time, none of these loungers were out because this whole place was shut down. Once again, those have stayed here over years will remember the beach that used to go right around the section here. Just beautiful conditions today, absolutely perfect for this walk. When I saw low tide this morning at 5:30 something, 5:37 I think it was, I said, well, we definitely going to be heading down to the west coast for sure. And Sandy Lane came to mind because I really want to show you both entrances, or both ways to get here. Anyone that stayed here in the past, I know all it know, your memories must be stirring. Because I know the kind of times you've had in Barbados. Anyone that comes to Barbados that allows themselves the time to settle in, relax, and not try to dictate the pace or what this island should offer, you will find the magic. And if you're being blessed with that magic, you will be returning here all the time. That's for sure. Remember, you can always find something to quarrel about. But a lot of times we have a lot of things that we just need to be happy for and be grateful for, that we don't spend any time doing so. Good morning, Governor. How are you going? All's well? Thanks, man. Very difficult here with the sea. As you can see, you have sections that go down by steps, but you know, you just have to be careful. You can get any sea here at sand bottom in this section here. Very nice for swimming. To be in here, we actually started a vlog from in that water before. But lots of rocks, limited beach. I have to remember, you know, I always refer back to, man, in the older days, we used to have a beach used to run down here. And, you know, people must be saying to me, Nicholas, what are you talking about old days for? That place is spectacular. It is spectacular, but, you know, I'm human. We like to judge and compare. Sometimes. It's a bad habit, but it does happen. All right, this is what was DV Heritage at one time. This is closed at the moment. This was a couple's resort. Still has not opened back up as yet. Not sure what the intentions are for here. I know there's some of you on board here that follow these closely. If you'd like to enlighten us with the information, you please do so at all times. Remember, I only bring you what I know. I don't know everything, that's for sure. And sometimes I may not remember them either. So you can also help me out with that. All right, here's another section why the beach shoes are critical. You really don't want to be walking around this hard rock here barefoot. I know that my surfologist, hikologist buddy Ryan, well, he would run across here barefoot, make me feel shame, but my baby feet won't allow that at all. I gotta just take my time and just come across it easy. I don't know if you remember years ago when Jolly Roger used to come down here and I had a wreck. You'll see the boys just out in that general area out there, that's where the wreck was. It was a place they used to stop and have their snorkeling and thing before they went on to their lunch stops. And that used to be able to come down here in front of the Golden Palm Hotel. That was many, many years ago. There are public accesses coming down here now. There are quite a few of them. Not anywhere between where we started from by one Sandy Lane and before we get to Holetown, but there are quite a few in the Holetown area that will bring you out in this beach. I saw a sign up this morning just where the Chefette used to be and the go-kart track. I don't know if you all remember those days, called Platinum Bay, which is a new construction they're planning to have down here. I'm not sure how far they progressed with that. So from here we're seeing right into Holetown now. All those boats and stuff directly off of Holetown itself, in front of Mango Bay Hotel. That would be that general area. And this area is another section that you cannot access at many times of the year. The sand will be all gone, as you see around there. But that wall, we're going to be able to walk it today because it is low tide and it has some sand has moved back in. But in general, you wouldn't be able to walk that very easily. So I would say if you're coming to Sandy Lane, I would recommend coming from one Sandy Lane side. It is still a little bit of a climb in and stuff if it is high tide or if there are swell conditions are in. Very difficult again as well too, but this way is a lot longer and also has its hazards in two different points of where you cannot get around the walls very easily. Of course, if you're in a swimsuit and you don't have any equipment, electrical equipment with you or anything, you can easily do that. That's not a problem. Now this is a beautiful Turtle Bay here as well. I know many times there have been sightings down here. I know it's covered quite often. It's beautiful. So we're going to take our last dip here because we have got to the end. That section over there by the wall, we can walk around right now because of sand. Many times a year, that will be chest deep of water with lots of rocks and stuff. So you have to pick your time to come to Sandy Lane. Well, I would definitely recommend if you're coming to Sandy Lane, come. I don't know how long you'll be staying here for, but if you're coming to walk Sandy Lane Beach and stuff, come about an hour before low tide. So you can walk through this general area here, relax, take some photos and stuff, and then leave before the actual tide starts to come in. I've had a great day, but I'm actually beginning to feel my feet again, thankfully. And no question about it. As you can see, I've taught non-stop. That is something that I'm practicing as well because I had to defend my title, the gold medal award winner for the most talkative person in the world. I'm doing that, and it's amazing that the most talkative person in the world can also win the gold medal in the laziest person in the world. That's because only my mouth does the exercise and my tongue. Extremely fit. Definitely Olympian style for sure. Had a great time with you all today, guys. I'm going to give you another 360 from the water level for you. Again, this is a beautiful, beautiful bay. It's quite a ways to walk. However, we will come around, give you 360, and then we'll point out one more thing before we go. So here we go. Birds celebrating life. The sounds of the gentle laps of the water, the slight slapping against me as well. Light winds, beautiful overcast skies, absolutely a glorious, glorious day. Now if you are looking to snorkel as well, I saw someone mention it, I'll also mention in case you missed that mention, these groins here are full of sea life. Lots and lots of small fish here in front of the Mango Bay. Any of the groins you find in the west coast, but I've also heard the best ones are down by Haywoods or just down north of Spikestown. However, these groins I've actually snorkeled a couple of years ago on with my Angel, and there's an abundance of sea life out there. So if you are looking to do snorkeling close from a beach, this is one spot you can do so. As you can see, the conditions down here are really favorable. They're really beautiful this morning. So thanks again for joining me and the care team, or I like to call them our crew, because the care team consists of the care team and also the Munch Kings, and for joining all of us on the EMC family. Hopefully this morning you've seen a peace and a happiness and a serenity and joy and definitely hope and love and care that's been expressed throughout this channel all morning. Hopefully you will also experience that and you're feeling it as well. And I hope that today you will do your part in making this world a better place by carrying all of those beautiful positive things to everyone else around you. Remember, we have this life to live. We don't have choices really of what we do. We only have choice of what we ourselves can do, but not what comes to us. So just be happy for what you have. If you have a dream, work towards that dream, but enjoy every day going to that dream, because if you don't make that dream, you have had pleasure every day going in that direction. You all have a fantastic day. I love each and every one of you. I am sending my 100% love and positiveness in your direction this morning, and I hope you will do that today to someone else and lift their spirits and lift their happiness and let them see that someone does care. Have a great day, everyone. Love you all.